Okay, today we're going to look at a glider, Coach Lee's glider, and I want to start this video a little bit different. I want to start with the right foot that's down and compare him to David Storrell. So what we see here, you see David Storrell's left arm is out, kind of counterbalancing this left leg, and you see the ear thrower. He's got his left elbow and left hand kind of tucked in, almost like he's wrapping like a reverse throw or a spin thrower or a discus thrower who's got his arm wrapped back. But the glide shot's a little bit different. You want to have this this arm out long to counterbalance this leg here. So let's go forward from here. The next thing you want to see is how the left arm and the right leg move together. Okay, so he's kind of the movement I like to call this is like a chicken wing. That's a wrestling term, but where the arm is really tight. He's really just driving the elbow back really fast because it's a short arm. And on David Storrell here, you can see the long arm. He keeps it long. He drives it up high. He's setting the angle. He's going to release at this angle too. So he's setting the angle with this left arm. Now watch how the left arm and the left leg move together. See that? They move into the throw. So as the left leg lands, the right or the left arm, the left foot lands, left arm is out toward the front. Out here maybe about, if that's 6 o'clock, about 7 o'clock or so. So that now he can bring the elbow and arm around fast and short, see? Okay, so it's a long, and then drive it in short, okay? Now let's see what your thrower is doing. He's got it, he's bringing the elbow. If he had the arm out, that would be perfect. He'd be in the perfect position as the left foot lands. Okay, right there. But then because he's got it short the whole way, his upper body is coming around too fast. Okay. And his release is a little bit soon right here. He gets that shot off his shoulder a little bit too soon off the neck. Okay. So you want to bring it around. The long arm will obviously it's used to slow down the upper body to keep it back. So it's counterbalancing, but also keeping the upper body back because it's a long limb. Where you can see with the shorter limb that you have here, it turns too fast. The upper body is turning way too fast before the lower body can get into the position. Okay. So the next thing here is we want to see where the shot leaves the shoulder. So here it's on the neck. Here it's just coming off. And here it's already quite a bit away. Okay, now let's see where David Storrell's at that position. Okay, see the shot's still here in his neck. He's turning into the throw. His right knee is dropping down. His right foot's turning. See the shot's just barely in front of his face here. Okay, but you can see the difference in the position. His hips are more toward the front, and his chest is more toward the front. You see your thrower, the hips are facing out this way, probably about 7 o'clock, and his shoulders too. So you don't want to get that off your shoulder too soon. You want to save that for the very last because it's not an arm throw, it's a whole body throw. So you want to get your body fully in the position before you push that shot off. Okay, now you see here at the position, David Storrell's got that. That's right about here to match your thrower. You see totally the difference now. You can see the foot's turned, the heel's up, the knees driving straight ahead. The hips are pretty much even right here. The shoulders are facing the front. Okay, hips are square to the front, shoulders square to the front. Shots out more than halfway. So shots about the same position here. Your throw is really leaning to the left here. You don't want to do that if you're because it's going to separate your forces. You're going to be going to the left, but you want to throw this way. You can see the right hip has not come up square to the front, and the right shoulder is still behind. Okay, so keep the shoulder on the or keep the shot next to the neck, or not really on. It'll be off the neck, but it'll be near the shoulder, a little bit longer. Okay, until you get fully rotated into the throw. Okay, he's got a good flick of the fingers there, off. The other thing you want to see right here as the shot's leaving, see how his right shoulder and left shoulder are pretty much still square to the front. Now watch David Storrell. Right here, they're square, right? Shoulders are square to the front. And now you see how the right shoulder's moving ahead, and Now the shot's out of his hand. You see how much farther the shoulder has moved ahead? Okay, so make sure you don't stop that shoulder. Keep it pushing all the way through. See how he finishes? Okay, let's take a look at your thrower. Okay, see his right shoulder hasn't moved forward at all. It's stopped right there. Okay, keep pushing all the way through. Okay, that'll make a big difference. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the finish. Yeah, you can see how your your thrower has right now the foot's coming off, but he hasn't driven the knee toward the front yet, which would get the hip square. So try to get this heel up and try to get this foot vertical and facing the throwing direction, like you see David Storl do, right? Foot's on the ground. He's driving that knee forward, and right there. You see it's vertical. Now he slides. The foot keeps coming forward because that's the only way to get that right hip ahead of the left hip, right? So he doesn't stop. He's driving, and he keeps driving it all the way through to the finish. Okay? So get the right foot turned. Keep it on the ground a little bit longer. And keep driving it all the way through. Yeah, because he's got the knee facing out this way, where it should be facing straight toward the throwing sector, and the foot's facing this way too. Okay, so you need to get that out in front. All right, so let's go back to the beginning now. This is more of a static thrower. So he's hitting the little T position here. He's got his left hand over the foot, trying to keep the weight over that right. He's going to bring the left kick leg in. He brings the foot behind here. He's trying to keep some weight over this side, but I prefer to keep the foot in line and just kicking straight back. Now, the other thing is this left arm. You see how the elbow comes up? What'll happen if you see that? Yeah, you can see him doing it. See how it goes upward? He's driving upward. What you want to do is drive horizontally to cross the circle. You don't want to drive up. See, everything's driving up. Even as his leg extends and this knee locks out, the angle seems to be very steep. Let's take a look at David Storl when he gets in that same position right here. Okay, just as the toes come off the ground. So let's go to your thrower. Just went there. The toes are just coming off. Okay, let's go one more right there. So I can't really tell for sure, but it looks like your thrower is a lot more vertical on this leg. You can see the drive going backwards with David Storl because this angle from the ground to his leg is much lower. Okay, so it's more of a horizontal. You can also see where his hand is. He only pulled his hand in up to his chest. He kept the elbow low. See the difference where your thrower's elbow is up high, causing him to pop upward? David Storl keeps it down here below his chest. Let's watch from here. The left arm's long, and he just pulls it in right here. He's just giving himself a little bit of a momentum to go backwards. Okay, and then he pulls it back out again, long again. Okay, but you never want to bring that elbow up high, that arm, because that'll pop you up for sure every time, just like you're seeing here. Okay, from here, let's take a look again at the foot down and the heel down in both positions. So the left foot's up in the air. Now right here, let's watch David Storl drives that right knee forward. He's going to wait until this left foot blocks and then accelerate. Okay, left foot blocks, accelerate. So he's driving horizontally because of this low thigh right here, right thigh on his drive leg. You see how high your thrower is? See that hip height? So get that hip down. Get that thigh almost to horizontal. Okay, almost parallel to the ground. And drive backwards toward the toe board. Now, I don't know the height comparison between your thrower and David Storl, but I assume he's pretty tall. But he's driving as hard as he can into the toe board. What's stopping him is his foot hitting that toe board. Then all that energy is going to transfer into the shot up his body. Okay? So he's not trying to drive upward. He's trying to drive across. Now, even though your thrower is able to hit the center and get his foot to the toe board, if he drove more horizontally, he would put even more energy into that toe board block, which would go right up into that shot, right up his body. Just like a javelin thrower. They have that solid block, and then everything just goes in. Okay? Now, If he wants to get into a static or get out of the static start into a dynamic start from the T position, the video doesn't quite go that far. What you'll see is the knees will come up and he'll come up on his toes on David Storrell, see? So from that T position your thrower's in right there, all he would do is bring the left foot up to the right. At that point, everything goes upward into the heel coming off the ground. And then he's just going to drive downward, straight down, hips come straight down, and then nothing's moving out this way. He's not trying to drive his butt down or anything. He's just trying to drive straight down and then slide this leg out here. That's not really a kick yet. He's still sliding it forward, and then he accelerates it, see? So up, both knees together, come down. You can see the position here. He's keeping his head as close as he can or below his hips. He's really below here, okay? And even as he comes up, he tries to keep it low, okay? And then drops straight down, and there you saw the heel come down, and then he just goes into the glide, okay? So it's very simple motion from the current position your thrower's in, the T, which would be right about here. Come together, up. Don't let the left knee pass the right knee. Come straight down and into the glide off the heel. Your thrower has a lot of good things already going. He's already coming off the heel. He's already going fully across the 7-foot circle. He's touching the toe board. So just a few things to work on. All right. Well, look forward to the next throw.